Can everyone hear me all right? Let's see if I can get this thing to work. Guess we're just waiting for people to kind of get in here. This is a lot different than Instagram, I guess, but we'll kind of give it a try. We'll wait, I don't know, 2-3 minutes for people to join in, and then we'll get started. I can see everyone's chats all right. I can see everyone's comments here. This is actually pretty cool. I definitely 100% need to buy a selfie stick because my hand is going to start hurting very soon. Everyone can see me and hear me all right, right? There's like effects or something. Let me see what I can do. I can do like special effects. I can do black and white. Wow. All right, I see you, YouTube. What's up there? Okay. First things first is go buy a selfie stick. Actually, there's a gas station right next door. Should I just walk to go get a selfie stick if they have it? Oh, shit, I don't have my wallet. Fuck. They don't take Apple Pay. I bet. Regardless, we'll wait. I'll go buy a selfie stick as soon as I'm done with this shit. So what I'm going to try to talk about today is the Philly event. I'm going to talk about trading after taking some time off because I wasn't really trading while I was in Philly. And then I'm going to talk about the CETX trade, my plan for it, and how I kind of executed on it. What did everyone else trade today? And how'd you trade today if you did trade? CETX F5. What does that mean, CETX F5? Wasn't it just at $2 or something? CETX, RKDA. What time is it, by the way? I can't see what time it is. 11 o'clock yet? Wait kind of like a few more minutes for everyone to kind of get in here. I know it's kind of new for everyone to use YouTube instead of Instagram, so I'm sure it's going to take some people some time to kind of figure it all out. So we'll give them kind of like the benefit of the doubt. We'll let them kind of get in here. But as we're waiting for everyone to kind of get in here, does anyone have any questions? So for those here that are in the YouTube live right now, did you come to Philly? And if you did come to Philly, what did you guys think of it? And the reason why I'm doing a YouTube live rather than an Instagram live is I just kind of want to test out the different platforms, right? If we're always doing it on Instagram, that's cool and that's fun, but you know, YouTube is kind of cool. You know, we have a bunch of subscribers on YouTube that probably don't have Instagram. So maybe just changing it up a little bit would be kind of cool, but I kind of just want to see the different dynamic. I want to test out YouTube's platform a little bit, see what they're kind of working with. YouTube has more lagging, so it's lagging more on YouTube. How is the quality different between YouTube and Instagram? Like, is the YouTube better? Is the Instagram better? I just kind of want to get the feel for this and the hang of this first before I continue. What's up, Michael? Only problem is my hand freaking hurts, man. I know when to short or buy, but I am scared. Do you have any advice? It sounds like you're using too much size and you're scared to lose money. If you have a process that works, and if you have a system that you say you know when to short and when to buy, but you just can't pull the trigger, that 100% means that you're in too big, you're afraid of losing, and it's about time to cut down your size and get back to basics. Just the sound is better on Instagram. What's NETE at? That was freaking texting me right now saying, holy shit, I missed it, I missed it. You need a stabilizer for the phone? Yeah, I need a selfie stick or something. This is all, what the hell? Did I just zoom into me? What the hell's going on? Halted at 5? Oh shit, it went straight up? Oh wow. Well, it is zombie time, so. Alright, I think there's enough people in here. Let me kind of just get started. So, first things first, is we just came back from Philly, right? And for those of you that don't know what Philly was, it was that we threw a free, 100% free live trading conference slash seminar for our members. And basically, what does that mean? That meant that we had a free meetup for everyone on Saturday. We all met up at a place called Liberty View in Philadelphia. We got to meet a bunch of members. We got to meet a bunch of non-members. And then, there was 5 or 6 non-members that we kind of invited to the Philly event just because I think Bao was in a good mood. And what ended up happening is we went out that Saturday night to a club. We kind of took over the club for the entire night. I saw members were buying bottles for other members. I saw everyone having such a great time. Um, Wait, holy shit. You guys see that? That's an Aventador SVJ. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Wow. Car's like $1 million almost. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So we had an awesome time at the club. We had an awesome time at the meetup. And then we had a rest day on Sunday. We went to the Rocky Steps. We got some cheesesteaks. We had a really good time. And then on Monday was the live training event. So what we did was we had all the lifetime members coming in an hour early to learn how I kind of build my watch list and how I kind of reverse engineer the plays that I am looking to trade in the morning. Um, Also, what ended up happening is Bao started trading live, and he made, I think it was like 2 grand in like 15 minutes or like 10 minutes, right? And his mentality was that, hey, I'm not just gonna throw an event and have it be done in 10 minutes because that doesn't make sense. So what ended up happening is he went back to the well and he lost some money. And he showed everyone what happens if you are greedy and if you overstay in the market. Because the truth of the matter is, making money in the market is easy, right? It's easy to make money in the market. The hard part is being able to keep it. So that's where a tab comes in. That's where I need to kick his ass and get him out of there. But then again, I knew what he was trying to do. He was trying to educate everyone. So long story short, we had an amazing conference from like 7 o'clock to around 4 or 5 o'clock. It was 100% free. We met 150 members there. It was an amazing time, and I can't wait to see where we do it next. Hopefully, somewhere warm, somewhere fun. And again, if you are in here and you are watching this now and you were in Philly, I want to know your perspective on it. What do you think we did right? What do you think we did wrong? And how do you think we could kind of improve on that for the future? Because the reality is that these events are a lot of work. Shout out to Oliver, who helped set up the entire event and got it to be an amazing price so that we could keep it free for our members. Realize that other people are charging $500 to $1,000 to come to these events, and we're trying to do our very best to keep them free. But as MIC continues to grow, we're going to need to have bigger venues to fit more members, and we just probably can't keep it free forever. So I think this is probably going to be the last free event that we have, only because as we grow, we cannot accommodate everyone. This event was almost $40,000 or $50,000, right? The next event, if we have more people, is going to be towards $100,000, and we can't just afford to do that. So what we're going to try to figure out is a way to make sure that any money coming into the event is only used to cover the venue, and everything else is used for like food or drinks or anything for the members. So we're trying to figure it out. We still have a lot of time for the next event, but that's kind of what we're working with right now. Let's kind of fast forward to trading today, right? So I did trade in Philly. I was kind of helping Bow out, trying to make sure everything was going well. So I had a bit of FOMO, right? I had a bit of FOMO. So coming into today, I woke up early. I followed my process, did a quick 10-minute walk outside, and came to the screens. And today, there was at least 5 low-hanging fruit stocks. There was RKDA, there was CETX, there was, what was the other ones? What were the other low-hanging fruit of the day? Can't remember. I have it in my watch list. If anyone is in here, they can just kind of pull up my watches and let me know. It's things like the crazy thing about trading is I don't even remember what I traded an hour before, right? Yet all the patterns are stuck in my head. So today was a low-hanging fruit day. I didn't want to trade any of the new stocks. I did not want to trade any of the hot chicks of the day. NETE was a new one that I didn't really want to touch. It's a low float. So what I ended up doing is I looked at CETX, right? JAGX, LEDZ, MYO, exactly. So what I did today is I wanted to look at the stocks that were moving yesterday that every single person forgot about, right? So that's basically my plan every single day. My plan every day is to focus on the stocks that people forget about, because anytime there's a new shiny object on the day, people gravitate towards that, and all the money flows out of these old ones and all the money flows into the new ones. So all the money was out of MYO, all the money was out of JAGX, all the money was out of RKDA, and it all went to NETE. So because that happens, I don't want to really be involved in NETE, especially into zombie time. So CETX was my main play of the day. It was the stock that I was the most interested in. And why was I most interested in that? So I posted in MIC the chart level where I was looking at, and it was 250, right? So the reason why I like CETX the best out of anything else was because the stock already broke down. It bounced today, and not a lot of people were talking about it, to be honest. Everyone was focused on other stuff. So because this was moving, I basically just did basic technical analysis. I found that there is a resistance level at 250. I drew it out, I shared it to the members, and from there, I just executed. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean that just because it goes to 250, you short it, right? Just because it goes to 250, you short it. It means let it test 250, see if it's going to push, see if it's going to fail, and then from there, you can either enter or reassess. So what I did is when 250 failed, I took a starter. I took a very small starter at 250 with the plan to either A, add at 280 and cut it off above 3, or B, if 250 retested and failed, I would add size to my winner. So what ended up happening is it went to 258. I shorted a small piece, went down to 240, right? Went down to 240, and then it bounced to 252 and failed. And the moment that is the has indeed confirmed that 250 is the level to watch. So as soon as it confirmed there, I added size to my winner, and before I knew it, I was up 20 or 30 cents on the position. I took my money and I ran away. So yes, I had a 250 average. I covered at 220s and 230s, and I missed out on an extra 15 cents. But I followed my plan. Give me a sec. But I followed my plan, and I made money. And that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. So every single day, I am trying to show up and make the most amount of money with the least stress as possible. And what I mentioned for the members today is every single day, the process is the same. Every single day, we're doing the same thing. Every single day, we are looking at the float, we are looking at the filings, we are looking at the chart, we are setting our fantasy orders, and we are setting our stops. Every single day, it is the same freaking process. Oh, it's lagging a little bit. Give me a sec. I'm gonna walk back home and get back to the Wi-Fi. Um, every single day, it's the same process, right? Every single day, I'm doing the same thing. Some days I make a lot of money. Some days I make a little bit of money. Some days I lose money. But that's the point. The point is that every single day you stick to your process. Because if you lose while sticking to your process, it doesn't mean that you are wrong. It doesn't mean that it's time to change everything. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It just means that these are the probabilities of trading, right? You cannot win 100% of the time trading. It is impossible to win 100% of the time in trading. But if you have the right process, you have the right stops, you have the right everything, some days you're going to make money, some days you're going to lose money, or the days that you lose money is going to be small compared to the days that you make money, right? Your goal is to only lose 1 or 2 days of work, not a month of work, not a week of work, not a year of work, right? Sorry, let me kind of get back to this. Let me go to my office. I think I showed everyone my office, right? Let me kind of push the camera. This is what I'm kind of working with here. This is where the Photoshop team comes in. So let me kind of just put this here. Everyone can see me and hear me all right, right? Just trying to get used to these different angles because of YouTube. But yeah, that's basically the simple part of it is that every single day you have to show up and do what works for you. So some things that we discussed in Philly, some people had like some really amazing questions, and I kind of want to outline that. So one of the really good questions was, how does someone new start doing this, right? What is the right way to do this, right? And the truth of the matter is that the common mistake that most traders make, the common reason why most traders fail is two things. One, improper risk management, which means you're not using stops, you are being stubborn, you are being egotistical, you are trying to prove something to the market and say that you're always right and the market is wrong. That's how most people that's how most people lose. So that's why we've implemented a system of hard stops, trailing stops, all these different types of stops to make it so robotic, that all you have to do is set this order and the order takes care of itself, right? The other reason why a lot of traders fail is because they do not have an edge, right? A lot of traders fail because when they get into the market, they want to trade long, they want to trade short, they want to trade options, they want to trade futures, they want to trade fucking gold, they want to trade everything, right? They think that being a trader means that you got to trade Amazon, you got to trade Google, you got to trade everything. But the reality is that you should not be the jack of all trades, you should be the master of one. So find what you are good at in the market, experiment. It is okay to experiment with options and futures and longs and shorts if you don't know what you're doing. But just because you find an edge in options doesn't mean that you should be trading futures again, or doesn't mean that you should be trading everything. If you find your edge in small caps, or if you find your edge in large caps, if it's long or short, you should try to refine that and improve that over and over again rather than trying to master other stuff. After you have mastered longing and shorting and all that stuff, then you could deviate to other things. But the truth of the matter is you should stick to one thing, focus on that, become the master of it, and just do it every single day. I know that my edge is going short on extended small cap stocks. My edge is not trying to buy a dip there. My edge is not trying to buy the breakout. Although some people make money doing that, that is not what my edge is. That's not what I specialize in. So I am only sticking to what I specialize in, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Let me know what you guys think. Once you add a size of 250, what would your risk have been to stop out and ride? So let's pull up the CETX chart. So CETX, the high of the day was 259, and I shorted size on the lower high at 937. So my stop would have been to stop above the high at 934, which is 260. So I'm risking 10 cents to make 20 to 30 cents. Some people are saying the quality is bad. Is that true? Let me see what I could do. I don't know how the hell I can improve this. All right, I'll start messing around with it and seeing what I could do. But yeah, I'm just kind of testing this out. And I want to see if this is better, if this is worse for everyone, because we've been using Instagram for so long and everything works fine. I kind of just want to change it up a little bit. Do you scale with the same size, 555, or do you increase as the stock rises? So what I like to do is I'm not the best at math, right? I'm not the smartest guy in the room. So I just want to keep it simple. If my max size is 3,000 shares and I have 3 lines to scale, I'm going to scale 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 rather than 500, then 1,000, then 1,500. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. It's just different. Everyone has a method to their madness, right? And something that I've mentioned also in the past is that what works for me should just be a guide to what you can do, right? Because my personality is different than your personality, which is different than Bao's personality. Bao likes to scalp everything and he likes to be in control and hit every single piece of the move, whereas me, I look for one inflection point to short in, and then as soon as I get my money, I'm out of there and I get the hell out of there. Because I know that based on my personality, I'm in top and bottom, because that's my personality. Whereas Bao's personality is he likes to be a control freak and he likes to hit every little thing. So just because you are trading the same stocks, every single time me and Bao trade the same stocks, we have totally different entries and totally different plans, yet we nail it every single time because our process is similar. Our process is similar, and that's what matters. Give me a sec. Do you guys have any questions about that? And again, if you have any questions or kind of mention it here, and I'll try to run through them. So I'm like looking around, looking at this NET over here at 515. That's a big ass trap. If you just cut it off at 10:30, you would have made money. Isn't that the freaking crazy part? Isn't that the crazy part? 10:30 rules freaking everything, man. What else? Do you guys have any questions for me? So just a heads up, we're having another free meetup tonight in Chicago. Let me show you kind of the information. So we are having a local meetup at Restoration Hardware Rooftop tonight at 8 p.m. in Chicago. So if you are a member or a non-member, you could come to that meetup and meet some members. All right, I got a bunch of questions. Let me scroll back and answer them all. Thoughts on SureTrader? I used to use SureTrader 5 years ago. I don't really use it anymore. I don't recommend it to anyone. They are too sketchy, and I don't want to mess around with any foreign brokerages. I only want USA ones. How do you calculate SSR on a stock? You take the closing price of the stock and multiply it by 0.9, and that is your SSR number. Do you do the same thing, walk outside or whatever before you trade to get in your mental stage or zone, like a psychological trigger? Yeah, believe it or not, I try my best to wake up early and go for a very quick walk just to kind of clear my head. But the problem is that I like sitting there and watching pre-market action to know how to react once the market opens, because the more information that I have about a stock, the better I can perform. So sometimes I feel that if I'm walking outside early in the morning, I am losing time from watching the market. So that's something that I'm kind of working on. That's why I am trying to wake up a little bit earlier to get in that extra time to walk. So being under PDT, I have a hard time pulling the trigger on a trade, afraid of missing out on the better one. Well, that's okay. So that's really important. So something that I've learned about members and non-members under PDT is that it forces them to be selective, right? It forces them to only trade the best setups, right? So what does that mean, right? That usually means that some people are scared. Some people are scared to short or long based on PDT because they think that there's a better opportunity in front of them. If you made a plan, if this is in your setups, if this is your edge, if this is something that you've traded in the past, there's no reason to be fearful, right? The reason why people are fearful in trading is because they do not have a plan. So let's break it down, right? Let's try to form a process to make you have a better plan. Number one, entry. Where are your entries going to be? Eliminate FOMO. Set fantasy orders, right? If it gets to your desired entries, the fantasy orders will fill you. Number three, after your fantasy orders hit, what you should be doing is setting a stop to make sure that you don't lose more than you are willing to risk. And then after that, it just becomes robotic. Because think about it. You're sitting there, you have your fantasy orders set, you're just waiting for them to hit. When they hit, you put your stop and then you put your cover. Either one is going to hit, either the stop is going to hit and you're going to be out, or the cover is going to hit and you're going to make money. So at that point, you're just sitting there and waiting for it to happen. So proper planning is key. Can I start with 3K? You could start with however much you want. The point is that before you start with real money, you should be paper trading first to prove you have an edge, and then getting into the market with 100 shares max size and practicing with real money, because using paper money and using real money is a totally different ball game. After you have proved to yourself that you have an edge paper trading, after you prove that you have an edge with 100 shares, then you could dive in. Um, 2 years paper trading, yada yada. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, like, I don't want these Instagram lives to be repetitive and boring, but the truth of the matter is that trading is repetitive and it is boring. Every single day I come and I do the same freaking thing. Every single day, right? Every single day I do the same freaking thing. And sometimes I make money, sometimes I lose money, but that doesn't mean that my process is wrong. Remember that not all trades are going to be winners. Not every single time are we going to make money. And that doesn't mean that you are wrong. It doesn't mean that your process is wrong. It just means that these are the probabilities that you're not going to win 100% of the time. So do you guys like the Instagram better or the YouTube better? Because this is kind of just a test, and if it goes well, it goes well. If not, we'll just go back to Instagram. But I kind of just want to get everyone else's feedback because You guys are the one watching this stuff, and I'm the one recording it. So I am more than comfortable doing whatever that you guys like more. So let me know in the comments right now so I could kind of figure out what to do for next time. YouTube is better. YouTube, both are good. IG, Instagram, YouTube. Wow. I guess everyone likes YouTube. The quality is normal. Everything is good. Because I know some people said that the quality was kind of sketchy. I feel like more people have access to YouTube. Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, you don't have to use a phone for YouTube. The YouTube is laggy. YouTube will get more people. I wonder if the YouTube is laggy because I'm recording live, and then when it is done and it processes, it might go to HD. So I don't really know how all this stuff works. I'm just kind of messing around with it. There's like a bunch of effects that I could do. You might have to use your desktop for YouTube. I mean, I could do that. I have a webcam. Maybe I'll just, but the problem is I like walking around, right? So maybe what I could do is if I'm home and at my desk, I could do the YouTube live. And if I am, oh wait, is there different settings? Maybe I could stream in higher settings. No. Watch everyone else start doing YouTube lives. Okay. It was high quality when I first started walking. Do your back testing. That's funny. I mean, look, I'm always open to messing around and trying new things. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll do this. When I am home and I want to recap a setup or recap a trade, I will do YouTube. And whenever I want to walk outside or we want to bring on members, we'll do Instagram. Because again, I'm always trying to improve all these things. And some people message me saying that they have had problems with Instagram. So I said, let me try YouTube for today. So again, I'm always willing to kind of help and improve. So yeah, do you guys have any other questions for me? I'm seeing all these other people doing meetups now. Every single one of them. They're all doing meetups. It's crazy. Again, we are having another free meetup today in Chicago at the Restoration Hardware Rooftop at 8 p.m. It's at 1300 North Dearborn Street in Chicago. We're going to have our moderator Oliver there. We're going to have our moderator Chicago Trader there. Do you locate multiple stocks before open? I located CETX and LEDs, but only use CETX. Yes, I locate what I need in the morning, but it depends. So for example, right? For example, what I like to do is if I really want the stock and I know that the stock is going to be in play, I know that I am going to locate as much as I need. Whereas if I'm not too confident or not too comfortable with a stock, I will only locate enough for a starter position. And then if I need more, I'll just locate more. Yeah, everyone's doing meetups now. No one cared about their members until MIC started, right? But again, at least we are making the community a better place, right? Everyone is copying us with the meetups. Everyone is copying us with the merchandise. Everyone is copying us with all this stuff. And they don't do it because they care. They do it because they have to compete. And the reality is we do it because we actually like meeting people. We actually have fun meeting people. They are going to burn out and they are going to get so bored of it because they are not real. So we're just going to keep doing our thing. And that's basically it. Still, whenever I look around like this, I'm just looking around at the different charts I have. Ducks charged a kidney to get into his conference. How much did he charge? So, I mean, that's it. I mean, like, I only like doing, we have a schedule for these Instagram lives. It's every Monday and Tuesday. But because of the meetup, we've been kind of really busy. And, it's been a lot of work trying to get everything set up. So me, Bal, and Tosh had like a few days just to relax. We got foot massages. We went to a spa. So it's kind of just nice to get back into the groove of just working and trading and walking and Instagramming and recapping, because that is part of my daily process. And every time that I stray from my daily process, I lose. Here's CETX bouncing. 230 would be a nice level to short. If you guys don't have any other questions for me, I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to see how I can upload it or see what the quality is going to be like, because again, some people like the YouTube, some people like the Instagram. Today was just kind of a test run. I think I'm going to try the Instagram next week or whatever our schedule is for it, and then we'll take it from there. Maybe I'll alternate every week, but this was kind of just a test run to see what everyone thought about it. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. My arm was hurting holding the phone away, so I don't know, we'll figure it out. Oh, also, let me show you some really cool things that some members got me from Philly, right? So Pima, who travels, is karma. Whatever you give out, it'll come right back. So I thought this was amazing. This is such a freaking incredible, thoughtful gift, and I have it right in my trading office. So thank you so much, Pima, for getting moderator. Look, it's engraved. My investing club, Alex, and the 1-year anniversary. How freaking sick is that? I got to fill this up with some whiskey. We really have the best members in the world. I'm so grateful for everyone. Small gestures like that goes such a long way. And that doesn't mean that you have to always get us a gift or anything like that. But, Pima traveled 16 hours to the event. And even with doing all that, he still had the mentality to get such a thoughtful gift. And it's not an expensive gift. It's not something that is going to break the bank. It is just so thoughtful. It's so freaking amazing that it just so touched me. So thank you so much for getting that. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it, guys. So topics discussed today were Philly, CETX pre-planning the trade. We discussed how to start trading with a small account. We discussed what is called being the master of one rather than the jack of all. And we discussed how important stopping is and how important pre-planning is. So again, kind of the time flies. It's been going for 38 minutes already, but again, I want to keep these short and sweet because I recognize that the longer that these are, the less that people watch it. So let me upload this onto YouTube. Let me see if the quality is going to improve. But as for now, we'll go back to Instagram Lives, and then we'll take it from there. So thank you again for everyone that came. Thank you, Fernando and Pima, for the amazing gifts. And thank you, everyone, for coming out to Philly. We'll see you next time.